Just want to note that, in times like these, with the events that have been happening recently, we want to take these type of situations very seriously.
Reports of an active shooter immediately puts Lackland AFB on lockdown. It happened this morning. JBSA officials say the shots were fired off base. That lockdown was lifted just before noon as the multiple agencies try to figure out what happened. KENS 5 reporter Vanessa Croy is joining us live from Lackland with the latest. And Vanessa, Lackland officials say this is an isolated incident.
Well, Deborah, while that investigation is still ongoing, officials told me today that they do believe there is only one gunman, and that person was standing outside the gates of the base and fired between 6 and 8 shots into the base. And tonight, they have not identified that suspect, and whoever it is still on the run. Take a look at some of the video that we shot earlier today. You could tell a sense of urgency felt this morning at Lackland Air Force Base, where JBSA officials said around 9:30, Lackland security forces were notified of someone outside the gates firing gunshots onto the base. A lockdown was immediately issued for the entire base for reports of an active shooter situation. At the same time, San Antonio police said they got multiple calls reporting shots fired from at least 2 separate locations off base in the surrounding community near Lackland. Officials say today no one was hit or injured. The commanding officer at Lackland told us this is an isolated incident, and they believe, as far as they can determine right now, only one shooter. So we did ask him why declare an active shooter situation if the shots were fired from off base. Here's what he had to say.
I think that part of this is the initial words that get out there so that we can enact our procedures, and we enact our procedures and then we try to figure out and use the space that we've given our defenders and the SAPD to evaluate the situation so that we can move on. I'm really proud of the way the team worked together, and obviously we'll take this incident and learn from it and continue to evolve our procedures and make these responses better in the future.
Well, we are back here live at Lackland in front of the Valley High gate. You can see it has since reopened. Now, it's still unclear if someone was the target of that gunman today. Investigators say they are still working to try to put together the pieces of what happened out here. And once again, as we do know, it was an isolated incident. They're still looking for that shooter tonight. But I can tell you, General Driggers assured us today that there is no threat to anyone on this base or in the surrounding community. All right, Deb, we're going to send it back to you, reporting live at Lackland. Vanessa Croy, KENS 5.
Thank you. And now this is not the first time something like this has happened at the military base. It was just a year ago our KENS 5 team reported on a similar incident of a reported shooting in the area. On June 9th of 2021, the military base was placed under an active shooter lockdown. The move came after reports of 2 shots fired outside the base. During investigations, SAPD released a statement saying there was no evidence the report of shots fired was credible or valid. We will continue to keep you updated on today's events on air and online at KENS5.com.